So there's this certain group, race, whoever we are, is driving everything away from that indigenous relationship to the life and each other, and we just came in and shattered all of that, and as if that's why that whole element of it feels very old, actually, what we are talking about. We are not inventing something, oh, let's do this. It's just going back to the roots.
Yeah, it's very much a remembering. I think that's the thing. And so even when we talk about social innovation and other things, the innovation now really is a remembering. It's a clearing. It's a, how do we simplify? How do we, move things out of the way so that we can see one another and be there for one another? I have a slide that I've used in different presentations where it's like the logic that we teach young people and have grown up in ourselves is so much around this sort of notion of success that's very, very externalized, and very much about knowledge and gathering knowledge. And even if you think about, writing books or, being somebody who has something to say, this idea that you're in school, you're in a bunch of boxes, smaller number of boxes, you pick one box, and then you're in the lane of that box, and maybe 10, 15 years later you'll be enough of an expert that you've got something to say in that one box. But then of course you can only talk to that box because you're not an expert in all the other stuff. And this is why we live in such a fragmented world. Academia is often so like this. You can only talk to this person and this person who are doing similar fields of work. And then we wonder why we're not really kind of getting into the fundamentals of what's happening underneath all of this. And so, I think now about, rather than knowledge, about wisdom, and wisdom, 4 ways to think about it. Look beyond, which is the wisdom of the ages and the sages. Look around, which is the wisdom of nature. Look across, which is the wisdom of community or tribe. And look within, which is the wisdom of consciousness and your own creativity. And if we can trust enough in those wisdoms to build from those places, then, this whole sort of rat race of, trying to become experts in things and being seen to be credible and professional and successful, it just needs enough of us not to see the spell of that for the spell of it to go away. And I think that's probably why some of the most powerful people in the world are railing as much as they are, because, I think it's becoming more and more obvious that people do see that it's not real.